The Convo has been a fortress for Ohio during the 2024-25 season, with the Bobcats winning 12 of 14 games heading into Tuesday. And the building had a special feeling with 3 seniors suiting up for their final game in Athens. But in the way of Ohio and a sweet ending at home was Eastern Michigan, one of the hottest teams in the Mid-American Conference. And the Eagles had a quick spark, starting the game off with a 9-2 lead. The Bobcats' offense was stalled early, partially because of the absence of guard A.J. Brown, who was injured Saturday against Miami.
He gives us a scoring. I mean, he's obviously a threat every time he touches the ball from 3. Driving the basketball. His length defensively as well. From disruption, deflection standpoint. We definitely missed him.
The scoring didn't start until later in the first half, and Eastern Michigan took advantage, building a double-digit lead midway through the first. With 6:12 to go in the opening half, Ohio trailed 30-17, but that all began to change with defense. Sharif Mitchell led the charge, forcing the ball out of the Eagles' hands, and it led to this. The Bobcats' leading scorer on the night ended the opening 20 minutes with what felt like the ultimate heat check. The mate gave Pavletsky his 1,000th career point and tied the game at 38. But the high ending to the first half didn't translate to the opening of the second. Just as Ohio did in the first, they struggled to get going.
Start of each half, was probably the difference in the game. We got down 9-2, the first 4 minutes, and then battled back to tie it, and then the second half, the first 4 minutes, it was 13-8.
Jalen Terry knocked down the first shot of the half from deep, getting one of the nation's top scorers over the past few weeks going. But it wasn't Terry leading the way in the second, it was Christian Henry. He scored 23 in the night, but had 15 in the second half, consistently ending possessions with makes for the Eagles. Ohio remained within reach for a good portion of the latter half, but Eastern Michigan couldn't be held back. The Eagles' offense coupled perimeter shooting with a dominant paint presence. Deshaun Nelson and Yusuf Jihad combined for 24 points in the game and were big in leading Eastern Michigan to outscoring Ohio from the paint, 44-24.
We just wasn't tough enough. Didn't have the urgency, didn't execute our game plan on the defensive end. I feel like they just kind of did what we want.
The Eagles leave Athens with an 83-79 win, and the Bobcats will finish MAC play with Toledo on Friday night before heading to Cleveland for the conference tournament. For Bobcat Showcase, I'm Andrew Bowlby in Athens.